What is going on, you guys? Welcome to episode 11 of the Purple and Gold Perspectives podcast. I'm your host, Mike Javid. Today, we're going to be doing our first ideal Lakers offseason. Obviously, coming off a disappointing loss round one against Minnesota, this team needs some changes. And today, we're going to be trying to fix this roster and see what we can do. So, let's get into it. So, you see, we got our sheet right here. We're going to just go one by one. I'll give our plans to start. So, LeBron. Obviously, we're going to be keeping LeBron. I don't know if he opts in or opts out. All signs point to him opting in, which I do think hurts the Lakers. But it's what he's planning to do, so we're going to be doing that in this scenario. So LeBron, the options, goes, and he's back for next season. Luka Doncic. Acquired him. He was amazing this season, obviously. He's still a top 4 player in the league. Maybe top 3, depending on who you ask. We're going to obviously bring back Luka. He's our franchise player, so I don't know why we'd trade him or anything like that. Hopefully, we can extend him this offseason. If we can, that would be great. So, yeah, Luka's back, obviously. Rui Hachimura. This is a expiring contract. He's a very valuable role player in this league. Solid defensively, great shooter, can score in the post and just score with the ball in his hands. He's a pretty underrated player. He was great in the second half of the season, even defensively. He improved a lot on that end throughout the season. And with him making 18 mil, he'll either be a great role player for us, or he could definitely be a trade piece as he's an expiring contract, and I'm sure a rebuilding team would take a chance on him. Or he could just be a trade asset at the trade deadline. Dorian Finney-Smith. He's a very solid role player. Good defender. Can shoot the three. Just your natural 3-and-D role player. At all contending teams would want a guy like DFS. So I'd be shocked if he's not playing on a contender next year. Hopefully he stays. He is expiring. He has a player option, but he could opt out of that. If I had to guess, though, I'd probably say he opts out, considering I think he's like 32 now or something like that. So we'll probably just look for one more big contract. So he opts out. And that does free up some. Oops. That does free up some cap space right there. Austin Reeves, 13 mil. Player option next season. So he's back for this season. 2 years left on his deal. He's not going to get traded. I've seen some rumors that we're going to look to trade Reeves. I don't really think it's a good idea at all. I'd hate the idea. So I do think we keep Reeves. He's still pretty young, like 20. He just turned 27. And he could be a guy next to Luka. He's obviously not as good as Kyrie, but he's kind of like our Kyrie, our Jalen Brunson back when he was in Dallas. That he's kind of in that role, but just like obviously more like Brunson than Kyrie for sure. When he was in Dallas, obviously not the Knicks Brunson. Jared Vanderbilt, this is a guy that I don't know if we're gonna trade him, but don't be shocked if he is dealt here. He's definitely one of our trade assets. 11 mil. He not a good shooter, obviously not good offensively, but his defense obviously great as you could see, 84.1 percentile. And yeah, he's just gonna be great for us if he stays defensively, but if not, don't be shocked if he's dealt. He still has 3 years left with the player option, so it could be 4 years. So yeah, we'll just see how it goes. Gabe Vincent, Maxi Kleba. Nothing really special about them. They're probably gonna get traded in this offseason. I think Gabe Vincent's actually a pretty underrated player. Kleba, he's not that good, obviously. As you can just see by the metrics here, 4.2 percentile on offense, then the 14 percentile on defense. That's terrible. Overall, like bottom 2%. So yeah, it just shows he's not a great player anymore. He's really just a trade piece. This might be his last year ever. He might retire after next year. I wouldn't be shocked. He's got 1 year left on his deal and making 11 mil. That could be a pretty valuable trade piece, and I'm sure a rebuilding team would take that money as it will be off the books just next season. Dalton Connect, he showed a lot of promise this year, especially offensively. His defense still has room for improvement, but he's obviously still a pretty solid player. He's going to be a good player in this league. He's still young, one of our only like young assets, I'd say. I think he gets dealt. We'll see though. There's a chance he stays like Gabe, like Kleba, like Vanda, like Rui, but chances say he'll probably get dealt for a center. You guys can try to guess which center, but we'll see. Shake Milton, we're just gonna get him off the books, waive him. Nothing very special about him. He's still an NBA caliber player, but I don't really see him doing much outside of just being like a shooter off the bench, I guess. Nothing really good about him. Jordan Goodwin, one of the most underrated pickups this season. Very solid role player. Good defender. Offense still has room for improvement. He shot, I think, like 39% from three and played great defense. So, yep, obviously, Goodwin, he's still young. I don't know why we wouldn't pick up that team option. And then Bronny James. I mean, it's LeBron's son. He's obviously going to stay on the team. Unless we're trading LeBron, which I'm just telling you right now, we're not going to do. Even though there is a world where trading LeBron could be better, at least for the future, but we're not trading LeBron right now. Anyways, that's the roster. This is the depth chart. Just get DFS out of here, get Milton out of here. And yeah, this is our Lakers team. Now we got to look at the roster. You have 5 roster spots left. At least the metrics share that we're a fairly average team. 51.7 offense, 49.7 defense, but this is before the moves we make. Draft picks. Have our second round pick this year. That's number 55. For the second straight year, we have the 55th pick. 2026 first, 2028 first. We have our 2027 first, but it's top 4 protected. So if it's not in the top 4, we won't get it. 2029 first, that's completely gone. Dallas has that. And then a 2030 first, that's unprotected, but it's not tradable. Then our 2031 first, it's our only first round pick that's actually tradable. Well, we have 2032 here. It's not going to show on the thing. Like, you can't really put that here, but we have that too, and we could definitely trade that, but I doubt it. I think we probably just trade 2030 rather than 32. Cap space, we have 14 mil below the luxury tax. We're 22 mil below the first apron and 34 mil below the second apron. So kind of safe chilling here. Exceptions. We could use the non-taxpayer mid-level exception. But if we do that, we're probably gonna have to lose Dorian Finney-Smith. So it's pretty much, would you rather you spend the actual non-taxpayer MLE or keep DFS? And then if we keep DFS, we have the taxpayer mid-level exception, which is about 5.5 mil. The non-taxpayer mil is like 14.2 mil. So you could get role players, a really solid role player with that. And that could come in a trade, or that could just come from free agency. Um, but yeah, it's pretty much the team so far. We're gonna let's see what we can do. We've got the trade machine here, mock draft simulator. Shout out Fanspo. Spell track. We've got minimum salaries, exceptions, and the free agent pool. Let's get into it. So I noticed. Let's just see who could we trade. We have Rui Hachimura, that guy we could trade. Vando, guy we could trade. Guy we could trade. Guy we could trade, and we could trade connect to. These are our 5 trade candidates. I prefer to trade a trio of Gabe, Vincent, Kleba, and Connect. A guy that there's 2 options here. We could just duplicate. There's 2 options here. Number 1, Lakers. And I see the Brooklyn Nets, right? We'll send Claxton to LA. And we'll give them Gabe Vincent, Maxi Kleba, Dalton Connect. And we have the 2031 first. We can send that to Brooklyn. See if this works. It does. Then here we have Lakers. And the team that I was thinking of was, this is probably a little bit more unrealistic than Claxton, but I've been pushing this for a while. Walker Kessler. So we send Kessler to LA. We'll give the Jazz Connect. Where is he at? And it's going to pretty much be the same package that it was for Mark Williams. And then you send a swap there. That works. It does put the Lakers a bit. It does give us more salary. We get more salary here. In this trade, we save more salary. And considering that, I think this is more realistic, right? Considering Claxton is more expensive, and Kessler's a lot younger than Claxton and still has time to grow. Claxton's like 5 or 4 years older. Came into the league in like 2019. He spent all 6 years in Brooklyn, but he's a great defender. He can catch lobs, rebound. I think this would be a very good trade for us, and I think Brooklyn would consider it. Remember, this is ideal, so it is a little bit on the Lakers' side here. But, man, sign me up for this. So, right, you could just get these guys out of here. And then you have Nick Claxton. Boom. Claxton starting here. Not sure why this isn't working. Oh, there we go. Here we got Rui. Yep, we've got Luka, Reeves, Rui, LeBron, Claxton off the bench. Lebo, you can get out of here. Connect, not you. Gabe Vincent, not you. This is our team right now. We still have 7 open roster spots. So our rotation right now, it's Luca, Reeves, Rui, LeBron, Claxton, and then off the bench, Bronny, Goodwin, and Jared Vanderbilt. This trade helps overall. You see the metrics, it increases. So it goes up, I believe, by like 6. So pretty good. I would probably say we're done for now. But we could look at this. You see, went up a little bit. We have more flexibility now. So yeah, we're just gonna. I think we just go to the draft. Probably use this 55th pick. Let me go to here. And you see we've got the draft. We could just use auto picks. I don't know why it's at. Hold up. Let me actually change this. Oh, wait. Whoopsies. Restart. Standard picks. Put that high. And then boom. Yeah, now it's going very fast. I don't know how Cooper Fly went 4th. Holy hell. Anyways, just see. Hopefully there's a steal. We could just get him. But we'll see. Somehow the 54 best players on the big board went in the top 54. It's actually kind of crazy when you think about it. Anyways, we can just go one by one. I'm not the biggest draft guy, so wish we had someone else here just to help me here. But let's see. I mean, we could look at these scouting reports. Good rebounder, good defender, not a good shooter. All right. Let's see. Damn, rings are kind of. Sion James. Drew Holiday. Okay. So this guy looks like a 3-and-D guy. Right. Micah. I don't really know who this guy is either. Ooh. Jalen Wells. Grant Williams. Josh Green. Aggressive scorer. Good balance. Yeah. I think this might be the guy. Micah Peavy. Micah Peavy. I don't know how to say his name, but you are a Laker. You are a Laker. I don't know why it doesn't have his name on here, but whatever. We'll just act like he was a Laker. Minimum salaries, you could just go here. This is the minimum. We'll just sign him to that. And yep. Oh, shit. Mm. All right. Yep. So we got Micah Peavy. You can sign him. We got 4 years. Team. Guess we can't do that right now, but we have 6 more roster spots. I don't know if I don't know if he's gonna play or not, but I actually think it's a pretty good get for us. So let's see what else we could do. Now into free agency, we have 34 million below the second apron. So I don't know if we could use all of the MLEs. I think it's best we just bring back Dorian Finney-Smith. We could definitely let's see what we got. Like a guy like Bruce Brown. To definitely get guy we could get. Clint Capella, a guy we could get for sure. Let's see what else we have. DFS, yeah. Um, Gary Harris, if they declined that option, maybe. Davion Mitchell, if he was unrestricted, I'd say, yeah, we got to go get him. Nikhil Alexander-Walker is obviously the main guy because Minnesota, they just made the Western Conference Finals, and their cap situation is hell. So they're going to have to let go of either, if they want to keep Randall, they're going to have to let go of either Nikhil Alexander-Walker or Naz Reid. And considering they already have Dante DiVincenzo kind of in that Nas role, I'd say they keep Nas Reid and let go of um, Nikhil Alexander-Walker. So yeah, I think that would be a very good get for us. You can come off the bench. But would I rather have him than DFS? Considering DFS has more size, he played for us throughout the season. Nah, like hasn't just bringing a new guy in. I'd rather keep that chemistry of DFS. And obviously, no, he's not going to take a fucking $10 million pay cut. So, yep, I think we're just going to keep Dorian Finney-Smith. I'll say we'll do 3-year deal, player option, or I don't know, no option, fully guaranteed. I'll say approximately we'll say approximately 14,700. Yeah, we'll say 14.7 mil. That's how much we're getting DFS back for, and he'll just start right there. Boom. So he's just gonna come off the bench, be a guy. We love that role for him. Move Vando over here. We'll probably get a real backup center. Anyways, yeah, we have Jordan Goodman, so like I don't really think we need a Nikhil Alexander Walker. Anyways, can find we need a backup center super badly. Centers. Who could we sign? Let's see. Andre Drummond, I'd imagine he opts in. Um, Al Horford, I don't know why he leaked Boston. Kevon Looney, I don't know. I don't really like that. Miles Turner is going to say Steven Adams is not signing for that cheap. I expect him to get like room Emily money. This guy's looking at Clint Capella. This is the guy. He's coming off a very bad year, and playing with Luka, you saw what happened to Derek Lively after the Mavs traded Luka. Lively was awful for them, but in 2024, he was the best backup center in the league. So Luka makes his centers like better. He does. Jackson Hayes looked like a real starting center. He looked like a real starting center in March, in games in March in the regular season after the trade. But in the playoffs, you saw he was got exposed for who he really is. So yeah, I think get Capella. He can just sign, take a pay cut. Then we can just say, "Yep, thank you for your service. Go get a bag elsewhere." So yeah, I think Capella. Will it be on a minimum? I don't know. That's the thing. I'd say we get it. I'd say it's the taxpayer MLE of 5.6 mil. There we go. We'll do 1 year deal. Hella. There we go. So we have 4 more roster spots left, and we're 2 mil over the first apron. Nice. Or under the first apron. I think our goal should just be to stay under the second apron here. It's going to be tough to stay under the first apron. We're going to have to make a trade. But that's fine. Um, so we have a backup center. We have forward depth. We have Goodwin. I prefer though we get another guard, so we could just see what guard do we think would take a minimum. Javon Carter's probably an option, but that would be a good get. Aaron Holiday, I don't know why we'd want it, but maybe actually Russ is gonna. Russ, I don't know why we want Russ. Spencer Dinwiddie, maybe. Not a bad get, honestly. Patty Mills too short. Um, Seth Curry, not bad, good shooter. Played with Luka before. We saw what that did for him. Corey Joseph, I imagine. I don't know. They'll actually probably decline that. Tyus Jones wouldn't take a minimum, I don't think. No, he wouldn't take another one. Campaign, I just don't want. DeLon Bright, I doubt it. No. Gary Trent's going to get more than a minimum, obviously. Ty Jerome will get more than a minimum. Landry Shamet, that's actually a pretty good get. That'll be a good get. Lonnie Walker, former Laker, I don't think we're getting it. What else is there? I don't know. I mean, anyone I missed up here? I mean, not really. Maybe on Fanspo there's someone that like is not on here. Anthony Melton. Boom. That's the guy. That's the guy. Anthony Melton. Great player when he's healthy. He's not had some injuries. But I think he can play off the ball, can shoot, play good point of attack defense. This is the type of guy that we need. He can play next to Austin Reeves. He can play next to Luka. There it is. That's it. Anthony Melton. All right. He's played. I don't even know how many years he's played. I think he's played what, like drafted in 2018. Played 7 seasons. So go here, minimum contracts for a guy who played 7 seasons. There we go. Sign him 1 year. Anthony Melton right here. All right. Now we're over the first apron. All right. We have 3 more roster spots. Who are we? We need a third string center. Cause chances say Claxton, Capella, they could definitely get injured. We're gonna need a good one. I'll just go here. We have centers. Jackson has already said he's not gonna. He basically hates us right now, so we're not gonna get him back. Alex Len, no, thank you. Mason Plum, oh, shit's stupid. Damn, I actually don't know. Tarico Sims. I mean, maybe as a third string center, I mean, Luka could probably turn him into something good. Lob threat. You know what? I actually kind of like that. I don't know. I kind of like that. Yeah, we'll go with Jericho Sims here. Sign Jericho Sims. There it is. How many years has he played? 4. 4 years. 2 million. One season. And we'll give him a team option in case he plays well. Why not? We'll give him a team option. Three more roster spots. So this is going to be pretty simple, just filling guys. I mean, I already saw a guy, Landry Shamet. I mean, he's a great, perfect fit for this team. He can definitely play minutes, even if he might even play over Goodwin. He's been good. He was good for the Knicks in the playoffs, I thought. So yeah, let's sign Landry Shamet. It's going to be the same contract as D'Anthony Melton, as he's same draft class. No team option needed or no player option. Landry Shamet. And then now we have $5 million for one more roster spot. This is tough. Let's go to forward. It's gonna be a forward, obviously. Let's see. Nick Batum is gonna opt in, but that would be a good get. Torian Prince is probably getting biannual money, but I actually wouldn't be against that. Let's see. Sanchez might pick up that option. PJ Tucker, no thank you. Jay Crowder, no thanks. Bring back Markeith. Maybe. Honestly, that's probably what would happen. I wouldn't be against that. I mean, good vet to have. Locker room guy. Yeah, we'll just bring back Markeith Morris, actually. Have to put him into this. And yep, that's it. This is obviously going to be a 1-year deal. The vet minimum he'll get 3.6 mil. And yep, there it is. This is the new look Lakers roster. So yep, these two, I don't know why they're so bolded. Yeah, we got. I don't know if there's really any more trades that needs to be made. At the deadline, at Rui, apps if he's not playing well, he's getting dealt. Also, we could very well trade for a guy like Andrew Wiggins. I mean, not too late to do that, actually. Let's see. We can add on to this trade. Where's Miami? A guy like Andrew Wiggins makes sense for this team. Wiggins here. San would definitely be Rui to Miami. Jared Vanderbilt probably to Miami. Does this work? Does this work salary cap wise? It does. And we save money. We probably send them a swap. Does Miami do this? I don't know. So it'd be a great trade for us, though. Okay, I'll just say that. They get off of Rui a year early, so they just saved 18 mil for next season. Pretty solid. Maybe to entice this offer, maybe they send us. I don't know who it would be, honestly. Yeah, I don't know. But yeah, this trade definitely helps us. It definitely helps us. So I don't know though. I think this might be more of a deadline deal than it's probably more of a deadline deal than an off-season trade, but I would definitely love this. Like putting Wiggins, it just makes us a much better team, I feel like. The defense would improve. He could still shoot the three. Anyways, let's go over his roster breakdown. So starting lineup: Luka, Reeves, Rui Hachimura, or DFS, whoever you want. LeBron, Claxton. You have around Luka. You have two good shooters, Reeves and Rui. They can drive. It's just score with the ball in their hands. LeBron just gonna be bully inside. He can play off the ball more, hopefully. I think Claxton will be a lob threat, kind of like his Daniel Gafford, Derek Lively, or even Dwight Powell. Um, Off the bench, you have Anthony Melton, guy who can play next to Luka, can defend, guard point of attack, shoot threes. Yeah, it's pretty much just what he does. Jordan Goodwin, similar role to Anthony Melton, similar role to what he had last season. Dorian Finney-Smith, guy shoot threes, switch, and just play good defense. Your natural 3-and-D wing, like I said. Jared Vanderbilt is just going to be do everything defensively. He's going to be guarding 1 through 5, switching everywhere, hustling. He's the heart and soul of this Lakers team. Provides so much energy off that bench, and then Clint Capella is just me. Same thing as Claxton, obviously just a worse version. Well, great rebounder, kill, not great. He can catch lobs. He's done it all his whole career. Trae Young, Clint Capella, or Trae Young, James Harden, even Chris Paul. I mean, yeah, it's just gonna be great for him. I think it's a great role for him. He can kind of just bounce back, have a great bounce back season. Yeah, and then Bronny is just gonna be hopefully develops. I read a rumor that he might get rotational minutes next year. I don't really know how much I believe that, but hey, if Melton gets hurt, yeah, he's probably just gonna play backup point guard. Landry Shamet is pretty much Jordan Goodwin, gonna shoot threes and play defense. He does take some bad shots, which I am worried about that, but he can play defense well. And that's pretty much what we need. This right here, I don't know. It's not showing because he's not in this little spreadsheet. I'm not an expert with this, but Micah Pevy, he's a big wing, kind of like DFS in a way, but athletic. And yeah, he's kind of just gonna be like your. I don't really know, like I forget the comparison he gave, but like kind of like Peyton Watson, I guess, but like with the better shot. That's what it looked like. That's what that scouting report looked like. Looked like. Markieff Morris, he's just a vet in the locker room. He's not going to really play minutes. He's going to be a forward. So yeah, just your average Markieff Morris. What we got last season. Jericho Sims, just catch lobs, um, do his job, and be replacement if we need another center. Capella or Claxton gets hurt, and yeah, that's just what he's going to do. For the playoffs, it would probably just be a rotation: Luca, Reeves, Rui, LeBron, Clax with Melton. I doubt Gooden. I just don't think Gooden would get minutes, but I think we'd run 9. Um, yeah, guys who could get traded, obviously, like I said, Rui, Jando. Even a guy like even one of these guys, it could just be a fill-in piece. Markieff Morris making 3.6 mil. We could definitely get traded. But yeah, I'm a fan of this team overall. I think we did a pretty good job. Yeah, pretty much it. Thank you guys for watching this episode. Enjoy the finals, y'all. My prediction, I'll say Thunder in 5. I've had a pretty good track record with the finals, but last season I was wrong. I picked the Mavs in 7. It was obviously Celtics in 5. So yeah, enjoy the finals, and we'll see you guys next episode. I want to continue doing this in the summer, so I'll see y'all. Peace out.